Hello there, my name's Tracy Elsom and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Canada. Today I want to show you the embossing paste that appeared in the Stampin' Up! Catalogue this year. It's new to me. I've never used embossing paste before and I've had it for a little while, but I've never actually opened the tub. So today I have unsealed it and I'm going to show you my experiment, my first experience of using embossing paste. So I've got a tub of embossing paste and as you can see it's just a white paste. We have some little spatula type things here which we use to mix it up, put it onto our project. So what I started with was a piece of window sheet, and from it I have cut this shape. This is the large maple leaf shape from the Seasonal Layers framelits. So I'm going to try using that. I also have a piece of plastic. It's very like window sheet, but this is actually the scrap that came off the photopolymer stamp sets. They used to come with quite a thick top layer, and I kept all of those because I had a feeling I might need them at some point. So that's what I'm going to use to mix my embossing paste on. So let's have a go, let's see what we can do. So I'll pull out a little bit of paste. I've never used this before, as I say, and I understand it's quite easy to use, so we'll see. Now I have some Cajun Craze ink, and I have a feeling that these drops are going to be incredibly large compared to the amount of embossing paste that I have. So rather than overpower the paste with the colour, I'm just going to put the lid on this so it doesn't dry out. Rather than overpowering that paste with the colour, what I've done is I've put a spot of Cajun Craze and a spot of crushed curry on the window sheet, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit with a toothpick. And as you can see, that was a tiny amount, but it does already colour. That's pumpkin pie, that one. So let's do that. And then this is the Cajun Craze, and again just pick up a little bit with that, and as you can see I've still got lots of ink left there, but I don't want to have too much colour on there. So there's my paste. Now I'm not actually going to mix it up too much because when I drag this across the stencil it will mix it up anyway. So if I mix it too much to start with, I'm not going to get any variation in colour, and I'm not even convinced I'm going to get variation in colour even if I leave it like this, but we'll try, we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to pick up some of this with one hand and put it onto the card, onto the stencil, and just very gently rub that over the top of the stencil and hope that it has come through. And look at that, yay, it worked. And you can see where I started with it with some little pieces that weren't completely mixed, it's actually given me some gradation there, which is exactly what I want. Now I want to be able to reuse this stencil, so what I've got is a little bath of water over to my right here, and I'm just going to very quickly just put that inside the bath of water. I will wash it later, but by putting it in that water I know that it's not going to dry out completely before I have a chance to deal with it. So I'm going to move that embossing paste out of the way, and I'm going to put this to one side. No magic, we're just going to leave that there. Okay, so I'm going to get to work on the rest of my card. I have the Just Breathe sentiment. This is from the coordinating stamp set with the layering Seasonal Layers framelits. The stamp set is called Colourful Seasons. I have some very vanilla card here, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I'm going to use Cajun Craze ink and this great big Just Breathe sentiment, and I've got something on there, so let's just make sure that that's nice and clean. Okay, try and do this without getting my head in the shot. There we are, that will do. Okay, so that's that. Now on the inside of the card, I want to use this leaf stencil or the leaf vein image that coordinates with that larger stamp. So I have a piece of very vanilla card, I have my Cajun Craze ink, and I'm just going to stamp that, just coming in from the corner there. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing in the other corner on this very vanilla envelope, just so there's a little bit of coordination. So that piece can now get attached to the inside of my card. Bit of Tombow, multi-purpose liquid glue. Don't need a lot, just a small amount going around the edge. If it comes out of the bottle, that is, of course. There we go. And we will stick that inside the card. There we go. So there's that, and there's that, and the envelope is done. Now to go on the front of there, I have a piece of garden green card and a piece of crumb cake card, and I'm going to attach those two together with multi-purpose liquid glue as well. Again, you can see the bead of glue there. That is literally all you need. I'm going to stick this onto there. That, and then that will go onto the front of the card with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Meanwhile, my embossing paste there is drying out nicely. It's quite a thin layer, so it doesn't take very long to dry, I understand. So let's put this on here like that. Okay, now here is my experiment for the day. I have my Cajun Craze card and I have my piece of embossing paste. It's actually thicker than I thought it would be. I'm quite surprised how thick that is. So now I'm going to ink up that leaf stamp with Cajun Craze ink. We just get off that little bit of excess around there. Don't want any accidents with this ink. There we go. Okay, now this is where the fun happens. Let's see if we can get this lined up, kind of lined up. And I'm going to stamp into the embossing paste. Didn't quite get it in place. Can I get it lined up again in exactly the same place, I wonder? Let's try. There we go, that will do. Okay, so that stamp's also got embossing paste on it now, so I am dropping that stamp. I've taken it off the block right away. It's now inside that little tub of water that I said I had. So it's not a perfectly stamped image, but it's there nevertheless. And what I'm going to do now is, because I can't turn it upside down because it's still wet, I'm just going to run a bead of glue on the front of there. This piece then will go over the top. And once it's dry, I have a card, I have an envelope, and I have my first experience of using embossing paste. Didn't hurt a bit. Okay, so you'll no doubt see more embossing paste projects from me in the future, but for now, it's bye.